So let us do the budget of Karnataka government of 2024. So this we will try to finish it in one video. Let's see if we can finish it or not. So basically we are going to start with the first the numbers that are important. I have collected the numbers both from the economic survey and also from the budget, which we have to remember. Other than these numbers, I think other will be less important as per the scheme. We will discuss them. So let us start with the numbers of the budget. So first question will be, what is the size of the budget? So the size of the budget is 3,71,383 rupees. That is 3,71,383 ರೂಪಾಯಿ. It is the total size of the Karnataka budget of the year 2024. So you might have also read like the budget is mainly consisting of two parts, means it is basically two budgets. That is, one is a revenue budget and another one is a capital budget. So a revenue budget mainly has receipts and expenditure, and same goes with the capital budget, that has receipts and expenditure. So in the revenue receipts number is 2,63,177, and the revenue expenditure is 2,90,531. Means revenue expenditure is greater than revenue receipt. So this budget is a revenue deficit budget. And on this side, if we go to the capital side, we have revenue receipts is 1,05,458, and the capital receipts is 1,05,458, and capital expenditure is 55,877. So basically they said that we are going to need 1 lakh for some expenditure and all, but they have only spent 55,000 rupees, 55,000 crore rupees on the capital side. So we have to know under the capital receipts what are the major constituents. So to form the capital receipts, like we have to know in this order only. Maximum receipts is mainly having is state's own revenue, that is 1.8 lakh. Then we have grant in aid, that is 15,000 crore. Then we have non-taxed revenue, and finally share of central taxes. So grant in aid is 15,000, non-tax revenue is 13,000 crore, and the share of the central tax is around 4,000 crore. So this order is very important. That is state-owned taxes, grant in aid, non-tax revenue, and share of central taxes. And if we look at the income, overall income of the budget, from where the maximum income is coming, and this in the decreasing order will be, maximum amount is coming from the commercial tax department, that is 58%, that is 1,10,000 crores. Then we have state excise department, then we have stamps and registration, and then we have motor vehicle tax. So this is the overall income that the budget is getting. And then in the receipt side, if we move, like from where do we get the maximum capital receipts? So the maximum capital receipts is from public debt, means we are borrowing from the market, that is around 1,05,246. And second is the recovery of the loan, means initially if we have given any loan to any other government or any other body, which we will recover now, that is recovery of loan, that is second. So majorly 90% is in the public debt only. And expenditure, so what is the maximum expenditure, like loan repayment is considered as a maximum capital expenditure, that is 24,794 of out of 55,000 crore is going for this only. Then if we look at the overall budget, means how from where we are getting the maximum money, like this also we should remember in the order. We have maximum, we get the revenue from state tax revenue, that is 52%. Then we get from borrowing, that is 28%. Then share of central taxes 12%. Then grants from government of India 4%. Non-tax revenue also 4%. And if we look at the expenditure, like uh, where we are maximum spending the amount, so it is also written in order. Just remember the order. Maximum amount the expenditure is mainly going for the debt servicing, means to pay the interest or dividends, that is 18%. Then we have social welfare 15%, agriculture 14%, education 12%, women 9%, energy 6%, and health 4%. Then we have to remember some other numbers which are important are total expenditure, that is the size of the budget, that is 3,71,383. After that, total receipts means the revenue receipts plus capital receipts. It's the total money that is coming from the both the sources, that is 3,68,674. Gender budget 86,423 crores. Amount allocated for the children is 54,617 crore, and the amount allocated for the SC/ST welfare is 39,121 crore. Then the amount spent for education is 44, I think 44422, just remember it's something like this, around 44,422 crores is there. So to remember it is 44422. Then we have money for women and child development is 34,406. RDPR, that is rural development, we have 21,000 crore, that forms around 5%, and women and child would form 9%, education 12%. RDPR 21,160 crore is there, no? That will be 5%. Then we have for the transport sector, we have 19,777, that is 5%. Health is 15,145 crore, that is 4%. Then we have to also know about some basic stuff here, like deficit. We know what is fiscal deficit, primary deficit, and revenue deficit. Just we have to remember the money and in the order in which they are declining. So the maximum deficit is fiscal deficit. Fiscal deficit is 82,980 crores. After that we have primary deficit, that is 43,747 crore, that is around 1.5%. Then the revenue deficit we have 27,353 crore. So basically, what is the fiscal deficit in terms of percentages? 2.95%, and for the primary deficit it is 1.56%, and for the revenue deficit it is 0.97%. So it is very easily, if you know about the FRBM Act, you know that we know now the target for to reduce the fiscal deficit is less than 3%, and for the revenue deficit is to make it 0. So based on that only we can arrange this. Revenue deficit will be near to 0, so it will be at the last. Then we have the first fiscal deficit, which is really difficult to reduce, and then in between we will have in the primary deficit. And then we have to know the GSDP of the state. What is the GSDP of the state? That is gross state domestic product is 28 lakh 9,063 crore. Then in terms of percentage, like if they ask what is the GSDP of the state at constant price, it will be 6.6 percentage, and this is lower as compared to all India average, and it will be 10.2% if they have asked it as a current price, which is higher than the all India average. Then should also be aware of the finance commissions, because in the state and center also we have the change in finance commissions. So let's see first about the Finance Commission of India. First Finance Commission of India was headed by KC Negoy, and then we will remember from 10th. 10th will be Pant, then Khusro, then we have C. Rangarajan, then Vijay Kelkar, then Y.V. Reddy, N.K. Singh, and Arvind Pingaria, whose term will be from 2026 to 31. And then we have to also know about the what are the criteria in which they have considered this. So income is maximum, that is 45% weightage. Then we have population and their demographic performance, which both stand at 15%. Then we have forest at 10%. Then we have task tax and fiscal offset that are at 2.5 percentage. Then Karnataka also announced its recent finance commission, which is headed by Narayan Swamy. So that also becomes important for the current finance commission. We should know the all three members, that is Narayan Swamy, Sanawalla, and Fonde. And we should also know the previous four also. First one was headed by Timmaya. Next is Surendra, then Kudgi, then Chinnaswamy, then Narayan. You can also have a code here, something like Timmaya and Suri Kudi went to meet Chinnaswamy, and further they went to meet Narayan. So these are the important numbers of the budget. Now we will see some important numbers of the economic survey. So what is this 19791? This is the area of the state actually. The area of the Karnataka is 1,91,791 square kilometer. In terms of population, as per economic survey, we are ninth. But if they asked as per the 2011 census, it will be around 8th rank. So as this is the economic survey data, so the population of Karnataka is ninth, that is 5.05%. Then what is the contribution of the Karnataka to India's GDP? It is 8.4 percentage. Then we have to know about the sector-wise contribution also. Agriculture sector, industrial sector, and service sector of the state. So agricultural sector, first of all, what is the contribution of the agriculture sector to the overall GSDP of the state? That is 13.04 percentage. And is it increasing or decreasing? Means its growth rate. Actually its growth rate is declining by 1.8 percentage. And for India also the rate is same. For India also it is declining by 1.8 percentage in the overall contribution. Then we move to the industrial sector where the contribution to the GSDP of the state is 20.02 percentage. And its contribution actually is, I mean its growth rate is actually increasing 7.5 percentage. It is increasing after the pandemic, so it is 7.5% increase. And as compared to India, India is growing at 7.9%, means India's industrial sector is growing at 7.9%, while Karnataka is growing at 7.5%, so it is less than India's average. Then we have service sector. Definitely service sector will have the maximum contribution. So the service sector contribution is 66.7 percentage. 66.7% is the contribution of the service sector, means contribution of the service sector to the GSDP of the Karnataka. And its growth rate is declining, and it is growing at 8.7%, which is declining compared to last year. And then if we compare with India, definitely Karnataka should be high because it is IT hub. So India is growing its IT sector by 7.7 percentage. Then we have to know what is the per capita income of the state. In terms of amount, it is 3,32,926 rupees, and its rank is second if we consider only states, because Delhi has the highest, it will be first. And then we have fiscal deficits. So we saw a number here, like what was the fiscal deficit is 2.95. But if we look at economic survey, we get different numbers, so I have simplified them. So maximum, if they ask what is the target of fiscal deficit in the next current year or this year, it is 2.6%. What is the current fiscal deficit? It is 2.95% for the year 2024-25. And what was it last year? It was 2.8%. Then what is the total liability of the state? It is 6,65,095 rupees. That is 23% of the GSDP. Means, so we have to remember here one point, that the Karnataka's liability are less than 25%, which is in itself is considered as an achievement. So 6,65,000 crore rupees. Then how much did Karnataka government borrow? Karnataka has a very good rate in terms of borrowing, means we borrow very much less. So we have borrowed only 2,102 crore rupees, while other states have borrowed like around 18,000, 20,000, 32,000, for instance in Kerala. But we have borrowed only 2,102 crore rupees. Then we have to also know about the FDI. What is the FDI that is come to Karnataka? That is 23,460 crore. That is $2.3 billion. And we have to also know the numbers which are related to these 5G schemes. Now, this is very important. So first of all, we just remember the order in which the allocation is done. So you know that the current government is very much least concerned about the youth. So they will be giving very less amount to youth. So UNIDHI will be at last. Then first will be Griha Lakshmi, because this government currently thinks that like women are their major vote base, so the maximum amount will be given to women only, na. So the Griha Lakshmi scheme will be first. So if you can arrange these Griha Lakshmi as first and UNIDHI at last, so it will be easy. Next will be maximum cost. If we look at the CPI also, it is related to food, na. So next will be food. So that is Anna Bhagya, followed by Gruha Jyoti, and followed by Shakti Yojana. We should also remember individually how much amount of money is allocated to each scheme. So for Gruha Lakshmi, last year it was 28,608 crore, as it was first time being implemented, so large money will be required. Now little bit less will be required. So this year 17,500 crore has been allocated. Then for Annabhagya 10,265, Gruhajati 9,000 crores, Shakti 2,800 crores, and for Yuvanidhi only 250 crore. So, and we should also have some idea of the beneficiaries with respect to some schemes. For Gruha Lakshmi, there are 1.18 crore beneficiaries. For Annabhagya, it is 4.02 crore beneficiaries. For Gruha Jyoti, it is 1.65 crore. And then Yuvanidhi does not have the information related to beneficiaries, but we have to know that it is only for those who have passed from 2022-23 pass outs. And like if we look at the Shakti, all the women of the state are beneficiaries. So maximum beneficiaries will be for Shakti Yojana only if they asked for are arranging in higher to lower question something like that. So first will be Shakti, then followed by Annabhagya, then it will be Griha Jyoti, then we have Griha Lakshmi, then we have Yuvanidhi if they asked in that format. Then we should also know some number like what is the total expenditure on these two 5G schemes, that is 52,000 crore, that is around 13% of the total budget. Then we should also know some other numbers like what is the Karnataka housing target of 3 lakh homes by the year 2024-25. Then Karnataka skill policy is from 2017 to 30 and it is for the age of 16 to 35. And then we have total subsidy is 47,400 crore given to the subsidy. And if we have to arrange the data of subsidies in the increasing order, maximum will be for energy, then followed by food, transport, environment. Energy and environment can be easily placed at first and last because energy means maximum subsidies of the energy is not for the gruha and all, but it will be for energy and agriculture and all, no? Pumps and all, they will be getting maximum subsidies, no? So that will be first, that is around 22,000 crore they are getting subsidy, followed by food, transport, and environment. Then we have investment is maximum. Where is the maximum amount of investment done by the Karnataka government? It is basically in its government companies only. If they ask the order, remember it like SJC, statutory joint stock companies, SJC, something like that. It's just remember the code SJC. Then devolution means the amount that is given by the finance commission to the state government, especially to the local bodies in the 73rd and the 74th constitution, and how much money is given to what. For panchayat raj institution, finance commission has given 58,772 crores, and for urban body it has given 14,658 crores. So panchayat raj is getting more than urban local bodies. And if we have to look at the loan of the government of Karnataka, means what is the overall loan that is on the government of Karnataka, that is around 5 lakh crore rupees. And the maximum loan of around 4 lakh crore is from open market, then followed by government of India, and then later negotiated loans. Then these are some points, like let's try to remember them. A government tool room and training center, that is GTCC, is by Denmark. Karnataka German Technical Training Institute, that is KGTTI, it is by Germany. Then we have water metro. Where is this water metro? It is on Gurupura river of Mangaluru on Netravati river. Then new textile policy is from 2024 to 29. EVGC XR policy 3.0, it is from 2024 to 29, and it has a special fund called as Kituvan fund in it. Then we have sports city to be established in Bangalore, and the sports quota is around 3%. Tourism policy is also from 24 to 29, and a major focus is given on Anjanadri Hills of Koppal and Vachana Mantapa that will be built in Kalburgi. Then we have Arivu loans, means these are basically 0% and collateral free loans of around 20 lakh rupees, which are given to the OBC community, especially those people who want to study in abroad. Then they have also announced manufacturing cluster at Vijaypur and export cluster at Dakshin Kannada. Then we have Black Buck Conservation Reserve in Bidar, then Sculpture Training Center in Kolar, Spurti and Suraksha scheme for child marriage prevention. Then we have Nada Devata. This was in news because there was a competition held, that is at a national youth festival which was held in Puducherry. There, a committee headed by Dr. Mahendra Committee was asked to have an image of the Nada Devata. So the painter K. Somshekar had painted a painter which was selected by the Dr. Mahendra Committee. Then we have Raita Shakti, that is subsidized diesel. Then we have Dalita Sahitya Sammelana, where it was held. It was held in Vijapur, and who was head? H.D. Potti, something like that. We have also have some new AI anchors. For Karnataka, it is Soundarya, and for Odisha, it is Lisa, and we also have Maya. Then Karnataka Youth Policy Drafting is basically by the R. Balasubramaniam Committee, and the policy will be from 2022 to 2030. Then we have Karnataka Border and River Management Commission will be headed by Shivraj Patil. So these are the basic numbers that were associated with the budget and all, and we also in the end we saw some miscellaneous stuff. Now, so let's move into the budget. So let's first see the schemes that are related to agriculture sector. So we will first only see the highlighted ones because this is only the revision video, no? So we will just stick to that only. Karnataka Raita Samriddhi Yojana. So from the name only, it is very clear. It is associated with the overall development of the farm sector. So it basically it is a consolidation of the various schemes related to agriculture, animal husbandry, horticulture, and dairy farming. So it is basically a conglomeration of the various schemes. Then we have Agricultural Development Authority. So one thing we have to know here is who is the head of this authority. It is basically headed by the CM. What does it do? As a name only itself, so Agricultural Development Authority means it promotes the development of the agriculture by improving the coordination between the various departments. As multiple departments will be involved, na? So a head who obeys all the departments is needed. So it will be CM only. Then we have Krishi Bhagya Yojana. It is not a new scheme actually. It is a old scheme that was for 20 that was earlier released in the 2014. This has been reintroduced in the year 2023 and in 106 taluks in the 24 districts. Around 100 and or 110 crore is allocated, and what they are doing is basically they are giving money to construct Krishi Hondas. After the Krishi Hondas are constructed, this will be used for the agriculture, basically in those areas where rainfall is very low. So then we have also another one scheme called as Navodhyama scheme, that is a value addition for agricultural products. Navodhyama means basically they are promoting here the agricultural value addition through some startup and all. So basically it is related to agricultural startups, things something like that. Then we have community seed bank. Why do we need this? Basically to preserve the breeds of the seeds that are on the verge of extinction. Then we have Nama millet. Nama millet means basically processing of the millets. Processing what we'll do, we'll add some of the ingredients or the macronutrients that was less in those millets. So value addition and making them as affordable to the general public. Then we have RK Shala Agriculture Farm, which is in Bangalore. Then VC Farm is in Mandya, which has to be set up. Then ESAP software, that is Electronic Solutions Against Agricultural Pest Software. Who has developed this? This has been developed by UAS Raichur, that is University of Raichur. It mainly advises on the pest, disease, and nutrient management. Then we have food processing. So under the agriculture department, it okay, it is under the agriculture department. We should know that. That's it. That's the only important thing on that. Food processing development. I think it has been renamed to some commissionerate and all. Then we have Karnataka State Agriculture Products Processing and Export Corporation, that is KAPEC, whose headquarters is in Bangalore, and from the name only it is clear that it is a cooperative organization. So new food parks are being planned to be established. First one is Sogane in Shimoga, Ittaginahalli at Vijaypura, and Pujanahalli in Bangalore. Then we have to do some information, get information to the horticulture sector. Uh, Carbon sequestration horticulture crop, mainly Basically these will be sold in the international markets in form of in form of carbon credits. Means basically those farmers who mainly grows trees basically to sequester the carbon, so they will be earning these credits. So these credits will be further shared in the international market from which they can make some profits. Then we have Spice Park. Where is a Spice Park being established? It will be in Chikmagaluru. Where is a Spice Board? Spice Board actually is in Hubli Dharwad, I think. Then we have new college of horticulture science will be established in Alamil, that is in Bijapur. Then we have in Kisan malls. Actually, this is also similar where all the products that are required for the agriculture, like tractor, seeds, all will be present in one place only. That is the Kisan mall. Then international floriculture market will be in Bangalore. Then we have to remember these diseases also. Diseases on arachnid crop. Arachnid means adike crop. So what kind of diseases are they? They are basically fungal disease. Just remember the disease. These are quick wilt disease, fruit rot, and leaf blight. And we have yellow leaf disease, which is the phytoplasmic, and that are mainly transmitted by leaf hoppers, which is a parasitic form. Then we have Ramnagar and Shidilghatta, where the largest markets are in Asia. These are the largest market in Asia associated with the cocoon formation, and they will be further developed. So around 150 and 250 crore rupees is allocated for these two markets, Ramnagar and Shidilghatta. Then we have bio-volatile silk cocoon. So the incentive has been increased from 10 rupees to 30 rupees per kg. So what is this bio-volatile silk? So this is basically a combination of a Bombaxi and a Mori silk. Okay, now let's start with the animal husbandry part. So new veterinary college will be established where? In Dakshin Kannada, that is Putturu. Then we have sea ambulance has been for the fishery for the fishermen in the coastal district, and 7 crore has been allocated for that. Then we have Matsya Asha Kirana scheme. So what does this mainly aim to promote? This mainly aims to increase the food production, especially of the fisheries, by providing around 27,000 rupees or 50% of cost subsidies on the cost to construct the tanks, and also to purchase the fingerlings, that are small baby fishes. So they are also providing around 3,000 rupees compensation during the annual fishing ban period to the fishermen. Means like there will be in the rainy season, fishermen will be not be allowed to go into the sea, na? So that time they will have less income. So that time government will be giving around 3,000 rupees for these fishermen under the Matsya Asha Kirana scheme. Then we have Matsya Ashraya scheme. So this is a housing scheme basically for the fishermen. The government has promised to build around 10,000 house to the fishermen by giving assistance, that is 100% assistance is given for the fishermen. For general category it is 1.2 lakh, for SC 1.75 lakh, for ST it will be 2 lakh. Means 100% money of this will be given to the fishermen belonging to those categories. Then we have cooperatives. So how much money is allocated? Around 27,000 crore is allocated to cooperative. Means this amount is being asked to distribute to the farmers via cooperative banks. Then Karnataka to repeal the APMC Act. Then we have also support price scheme is also there. Then we have 7 cold storage will be established. Then we are going to have a dry chili market in Raichur and Ranebennuru. Then we also going to have modern agricultural complexes in I think Mangalore. Yes, in Mangalore. Before that, we should also be knowing some of the basics related to the MSP and all. So A2 basically means directly cost incurred. Means if they are purchasing any subsidy and any crop, anything something like that, it is going to under A2. Then we have FL, that is family labor, and C1 is equal to A2 plus FL. Means amount directly incurred in the family labor. So currently government is giving 1.5 times of this E2 plus FL. But what they are demanding is C2. C2 is basically C1 plus rented value of own capital assets. Means if they have any capital asset, something like means they say that like if we are having a land and we are tilting our land, means the land is also a rent generating entity na, so they want government to pay that also. So government has rejected that, and currently it is only paying 1.5 times of E2 plus FL. Then we have to know about some of the irrigation project. First one is the Upper Bhadra project. So Upper Bhadra, from the name only it is clear Bhadra, it is related to Tungabhadra. So what they want to do is here, they want to transfer the water first from Tunga to Bhadra and from Bhadra to a tunnel near Ajampur. So by doing this, the water will be supplied to the water deficient districts like CCD districts. Remember it as like CCD districts. What are those CCD districts? Chikmagalur, Chitradurga, Tumkur, and T is Tumkuru and Davangere. Means T in CCD. Means in CCD we generally have coffee, no? But no, now this time we are going to have T in the CCD, that is Cafe Coffee Day. So T in CCD, Tumkur, Chikmagalur, Chitradurga, and Davangere. Then we should also have some idea of Kalsa and Bandura Nala project. So this is a disputed project between Karnataka government and Maharashtra government, where Karnataka government is planning to build a river on a reservoir on the Mahadai river, mainly to give water to the North Karnataka states. So the Goa and Maharashtra government are opposing this. So it will be, if this project gets completed, the water will go to Belgaum, Dharwad, Bagalkot, and Gadag. And the tribunal has also given order like around 13 TMC has been allocated for Karnataka, for Maharashtra 1 TMC, and 24 TMC is allocated for Goa, mainly because that is the lifeline of that city. Then we have Navli balancing reservoir. So where is this Navli balancing reservoir? It is in Koppala district, mainly on Tungabhadra river. Mainly what is its aim? It mainly aims to remove the silt on the river, and it is mainly involvement of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh government also. Then Brindavan Gardens are also in news. We have KRS Dam. It is in near KRS Dam, that is Mysore. It was built by Mirza Ismail and designed by a German botanist Gustavus Hermann. And Water and Land Management Institute will be built in Dharwad. Then we have Karnataka Neeravari Nigama. It is a government company. We know that. Kaveri Neeravari Nigama Limited. We have to know the head of this one. This is headed by Chief Minister, and mainly it mainly, what is its function? It is mainly used to do the day-to-day affairs related to the Kaveri water sharing. Then we also have the KC Valley project. So what is this KC Valley project? So this KC Valley is Koramangala Challagatta Valley project. Basically, it pumps the secondary treated wastewater from the Bengaluru into the groundwater, which further will be utilized by the districts of Kolar, Chikballapur. Mainly, it will be diverted mainly to the river of Dakshina Pinakini and the Palar river. Basically, by recharging groundwater, we are increasing the amount of water in the Kolar and Chikballapur districts. Then we have certain schemes which are related to education. So Ganita Ganaka program. So this is basically like tuition, especially to promote the interest in the mathematics subject for the children from class 3 to class 5. It is basically in coordination with Abdul Latif Jamil Poverty Action Lab, that is JPAL. Then we have Maru Sinchana program is also to improve the learning abilities of students from 6th to 7th standard. Schools to upgrade it to be Karnataka public schools under the CSR funds. We know that. Then we have to know the child healthcare unit will be in Kalburgi Medical College, and the viral research diagnostic lab will be in Kodagu. Robotic surgery facility will be in Institute of Nephrourology of Bengaluru. And then we have medical education directorate will be renamed to commissionerate. Then we have 100 years of Mysore Medical College. It was actually established in the year 1924 by the Maharaja Krishna Raj Wadiyar IV, and it is the seventh one in India. It was actually established in Bangalore, but now it is has been shifted to Mysore. Then we have to know about the Gruha Lakshmi scheme. It is basically 2000 rupees per month to the woman head of the family. It is for both BPL and APL, and it started in from 30th August, and Rahul Gandhi had inaugurated it in the Mysore Maharaj College. And how much amount of allocated last year? It was 28,000 crore, and now this year it is 17,900 crore. Some amount is there which we have studied it earlier. Then we have pensions. So the Devdasi pension has been increased to rupees 2,000. Maitri scheme, that is pension for the linguistic minorities, it is around 1200 rupees per month, and rupees 1000 will be given to the caretaker of the people who are suffering from the cerebral palsy, muscular dystrophy, and Parkinson, and the multiple sclerosis. Then we have library in Bangalore University will be named after Padma Shri Dr. Siddlingaya. Ashram schools will be renamed as the Maharishi Valmiki Adivasi Budakattu Vasare Shale. 20% of the seats will be reserved to the nomadic and semi-nomadic in the every residential school, and a new body will be formed to check their welfare, that is Karnataka Alimari Ayoga. Then we have Hajj Bhavan. It will be constructed in the Mangalore, so around 10 crore is allocated for that. Then 2 crore UPS will be given for the construction of the Gurudwara for the welfare of Sikh community in, that is Sikligar Lohar. The Gurudwara will be in Bidar. If we now start the housing, so what is the target of construction of 3 lakh houses? It is 2024-25, and setting of Karnataka Housing Fund has been, means this will be the new fund will be set up for the housing activities and all. Then we move to food supplies and consumer affairs. Annabhagya scheme. So Annabhagya scheme, it will be till 2024. 10 kg of rice or rupees 34 per kg will be given to the BPL card holders, and the people who are gaining this scheme cannot have the income more than 2 lakhs. Then we have Anna Suvidha program. It is basically for the senior citizens above the age of 80. It is basically door delivery of food grains. Then we move to labor part. Skill Academy, it will be in Sanduru of Ballari district. Then we have Skill Connect Summit to be held alongside of the Global Investor Meet in the state. Then we have Yuvanidhi Plus, it is basically entrepreneurship training for 25,000 youth. Then we have Yuvanidhi scheme, we know that 3,000 rupees and 1,500 will be given to the graduates and diploma, and only up to the pass outs of 2022-23, and 6 months after the graduation up to 2 years. Then Karnataka skill policy year, we know 2017 to 2030. Kaushalya Karnataka is a vision, means Kaushalya Karnataka, Kushala Karnataka is a vision of this skill policy. Basically, it aims to provide provide skill to the existing 30.4 lakh youth from age of 16 to 35. Now we have Asha Deepa scheme. Asha Deepa scheme basically aims to encourage a private sector to provide employment to the SC and ST community, and it is being implemented with the Karnataka State Workers Welfare of Social Society reimbursement of the employees contribution. Basically, it is basically providing employment to the SC ST, and the government will be supporting such organizations which mainly support them basically by providing around what the stipend or, okay, let me think, what was that? It is basically to stipend will be increased to 1 year initially. Okay, let's see the scheme in the next video then. Thank you.